Welcome to the Unconsenting Govern. I'm AJ.
And I am Nova.
So, part
And
of
Mercury is in the microwave.
Yes. And just, I know today was kind of a disappointing day. It was a little bit of both. I feel like the country won in one way and lost in another. With SCOTUS.
Yeah, we had some. Man, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, I guess is the only way to put it. I mean, as much as I hate to say that way, but 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I don't know. You want to play Paula Abdul? I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all the same at this point.
I know. It's frustrating because, like, it's just arbitrary. But at least birthright citizenship is still enshrined. However, they want to now do a convention of states, which that's harder, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking everything, really. I mean, it sounds so stupid. It's such a dick thing to say, but.
So somebody in the comments says, unconsenting govern, ? Well, since you're the first to actually answer that or ask that, yeah. So when you are in a country where the head of that country is not picked by the governed, basically the Constitution states that the person in charge has to have the consent of the governed. We are the unconsenting governed. We're still governed. We just don't consent to it. That's it. So that's what the name comes from. But it also could have said it's a layer kind of a situation. Like there's multiple layers to it, you know. But that's what's up with that. But yeah, so SCOTUS is big. So birthright citizenship was upheld. So that's huge. They will not be able to do some of the things that they were doing just without impunity. You know, like they were going door to door, stuff that's very 1930s Germany-ish, you know. But there were some L's too, because there was earlier rulings, and I don't know that I really got all of them. Do you remember some of the other ones or no?
Yeah, I tried to Google it so I had a really good idea of what was going on. So I know we had the trans athlete bill. There is the birthright citizenship. There was Eugene Carroll, so he still owes money for that.
I'm glad.
I wish they would name these a little cleaner, because the website that I was looking at has them all named by so and so versus so and so, and I'm like, I don't really know those by name, I guess. That basically he has the right or the ability to hire and fire whoever he feels like at this point.
Right.
They ended legal protections for the Haitians and the Syrians.
Yeah.
So it's just been...
I feel like they're all over the place, and that makes me wonder if there's certain other factors in play more than just actual constitutional law.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean...
boats and RVs and vacations at stake, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that about birthright, but, you know.
Yeah. No, that was a big... I mean, that hurts my soul because that should have been a given.
Yeah. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been given standing. It's already been decided.
Right. That's in the Constitution. There's no reason for it to be anything else. So I get it, but that still kind of pisses me off. Like we even have to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think the transports thing, how is that going to be enforceable? Like, how the hell is that going to go down? That's where I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really stupid too, because if you go in and you read it and everything else, it's just like they're they're being very specific to trans women not playing in cis women's sports. But it also opens the door for like leagues to specify biological sex versus anything else. And they still keep going on very archaic rulings, saying things like it's basically it's a mental thing and it's a choice. And that shit just drives me crazy. Like, we shouldn't even have these conversations at this point. Like, it's not 1929. Like, we were well aware of what is going on and who the trans folks are and everything else. And if you're thinking about, I don't know, I have a lot of personal feelings about sports in general, I guess, too, because I think we make too big of a deal about it anyway. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, high school sports shouldn't be like a pro adjacent. Like, it's almost has become. It's a little insane.
It becomes so much, and it's not even like, if it's going to be the place where that's going to have to go, like, we could just make leagues separate, because we're missing out. Like, and it starts so much younger now. Like, make leagues where you think your kid's going to go pro versus leagues where kids just have fun, because now there's no place for the kids to have fun. Everything is like up your butt with getting, the best of the best and everything. Like, it just drives me crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it's like you only get to have fun in first and second grade, and after that, then everything's professional.
Right. No, I mean, I feel like that's kind of how things have been going lately, and just overall, you know what I mean? Like, everything is like, so, like, heck, healthcare's gone way far that way, where everything is life or death. And it's like, okay, so your mom's laundry didn't get picked up. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the end of the freaking world, but God forbid, you know what I mean? But there's so many areas where I just feel like things have gotten so extreme for no reason. Like, there's not a solitary reason for, everything to be so effing serious. And it's been like that really since 2020, I feel like, if not earlier. So.
Yeah. People lost a lot of their, I don't even want to say it necessarily like personality, but it's like everything is so, they're selfish, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah. If you want to be honest about it. Like, everybody is mentally just self-centered that way. And it's, we're lacking a lot of empathy and things like that we didn't used to lack.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was just having that discussion with my spouse. He's like, empathy? I don't know her. I'm like, yeah, well, I know. So, I just feel like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like so much has gotten so extreme when it comes to a lot of different areas in life. Like, it's just, there's no need for all the pressure in school either. Like, for kids to perform for a test, like, okay, that doesn't, you can be the best test taker in the world and not have any clue what you're testing about. You could know the information backwards, forwards, and inside out, but not test very well. I mean, it's just, I just feel like it's been since No Child Left Behind, I think. It's been where that focus has really shifted, and now I think we're seeing the blowback in every other area.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I hate it, honestly, because it's like, not only do we have, kids struggling and everything else, and just everything has just become so, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I really wish we would invest more in our education more than we are investing in giving a shit about sports or any of the other things that we're giving a shit in. And then I'm not a great test taker. That doesn't mean I don't know the information.
Oh yeah.
It just depends on the test. And I'm like, I'm ADD as fuck. Like, don't make me sit there and take a test when everybody's doing shit. Like now as I get my tapping and everybody's clicking pens and I'm like, oh my God, I reread that sentence 72 times and I can't figure out what you're asking me to do.
Right.
But
yeah, I get it. Like NCLEX was like that. Like I remember, like I'm going through and I'm like, okay, I was like in the zone, and then it like clicks off, and you're like, ah. But it takes me a minute to like get there, and at least there it's super quiet. But if I had taken it in like a regular classroom situation, even just the typing on like the computer would have been way too much. You know what I mean? Sorry, I thought I heard the door open.
no, you're good.
But that would have been like way too much. But at least there you take like, there's like 6 people in the room, where, you know, my nursing classes were like, I don't know, 40, 50 people in a classroom. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I've seen so many nurses too that have come out of school and they know enough for the NCLEX, but they don't know how to be a nurse. And we're spending so much time teaching to the NCLEX, and we're not. And it's kind of like a microcosm for the whole country, really, because we're teaching to this specific test, not teaching them how to be nurses. Just like we're teaching kids, like, you have to get this score on your SAT, but does it? I mean, I don't know about you, but how many times have you pulled like some random analogy out of your back pocket for some really weird word that you've never used other than just for SAT prep?
Right.
Like, let me just throw this one at you. Nomenclature. Like, I mean, like, just whatever scientifically sounding word. But yeah, I mean, you're not gaining productive members of society. You're teaching to a test. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. And Tabby just said the school system came about during the Industrial Revolution to teach kids to transition to work.
Yeah. I mean, someone's brain. What?
Yeah,
What?
I think it's one of the.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Brian, it's a word problem. Okay. How many?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it. So I was like,
yeah, I hated those too. I really did, because they asked the most obscure question and they the scenarios, and my brain got hooked on that more than it was like math. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck has 37 watermelons in their cart or whatever? Right. I'm like, what kind of cart is this? Like, what size of the watermelon? Like, my brain went through all of the scenarios, and I'm like, shit, answer the fucking question. Like,
right. Yeah, because it's like, if a train is speeding at X amount of miles per hour in this direction, and it's like, okay, yeah.
Those ones fuck me up too, because they're traveling from X, place to Y place, and I'm like, is there a time zone change somewhere in there? Because like, that's where is this a trick question? Because we passed a meridian somewhere, and right. I'm supposed to also keep that in my head. And on top of this, like, I was dead convinced there was like 3 questions on like one of the tests that I took. I don't know, like ACT, SATs, that I was like an hour off, and I was like, it's because of the fucking time zone.
Right.
Them fuckers threw in a time zone and they didn't tell me about it.
Those will get you every time.
Like, they should tell us ahead of time.
Well, my favorite math problem would be if you're on the East Coast and you're going to, like, I don't know, pick a destination near the Rocky Mountains, and it is 4:00. What time should you call? What time should you call your loved one when they live back east? Figure that one out. Like,
I'm like, but you know what? Math. The thing that pisses me off, but we have these, and not you like now, and they have world clocks. That's so true. Like, we don't have to worry about that shit anymore.
I still try to do
suck
it in
a fat
head.
One.
I still do it in my head because I forget about it.
I always
keep. Oh yeah, I have a clock.
Well, I I have it on my phone because one, from where I work, we have 3 different locations. So we have one in Irvine, one in Minnesota, and then one in Ohio. So it's like, oh, we have a couple others too, but around the world. But that way I always have all 3 time zones like listed for all the work things. So like I have a whole like world clock for work, and it covers Pacific, Central, and Eastern. And I'm like, okay, at least I know where time everybody's at, and it makes it easier. So when I'm in a different time zone, I always just look at that because it's right there already. Because I always like, are you an hour ahead? Are you an hour behind? Do you guys change time with the daylight savings? Like, what is going on? I can't keep up. It's just easier for it to be right there than try to math about it.
Yeah. Well, and especially since like certain states don't believe in daylight savings. So then you have to factor that in because parts of Indiana don't. But in what, Illinois? No, there's Central Time. That's what it is. Central Time for Illinois. But part of Indiana stays on Central Time. But you got to remember what part of Indiana because it's not all the city. It's not all the counties. It's only select ones. Some of them near Chicago. Some of them not. It's just all very confusing. Yeah. That's more like the actual math problem situation that I feel like would be applicable for real life. Or that and doing your own taxes. Those are the things that you need to know.
Man, we had a math class when I was in high school that you could take. It could count towards math, or you could just take it, and it was basically called like life math. And it taught you how to figure out how much paint you need to paint a room. It taught you how to do things like balance a checkbook, how to do your taxes, how to do bowling scores by hand, figure out how to like
a problem unto itself because that's some shit
right.
I don't remember.
But it was like the
bowling.
I took that class because I was like, there's got to be something in here I'll be able to like. So also they switched us from like block scheduling, like from like normal scheduling to block scheduling, like halfway through my junior year, I think. So like everybody was going to graduate with twice as many credits as we needed. And there was a bunch of open spots. And it was like, either you can sit through a study hall or you can take another class. And I'm like, well, at least if I'm taking basic math, like life math, it's something I'll use, and it's not just sitting through another study hall.
Yeah. For me, I took ChemCom, which I've actually used somewhat because I took it was chemistry in the community, and it was actually kind of helpful. Just like in the sense that like, it was about like the community itself, but it also kind of like gave you some idea of like how do they soften your water? What happens to your garbage when it goes to the incinerator? That kind of stuff. So
why do they put fluoride in your water?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Sure. I mean, some of it makes sense. I don't know about the fluoride is important though, but
Yeah, I just saw some lady complaining the other day on a news channel about why are they putting fluoride in the water? It's like, well, it's good for, like your teeth and all that other stuff. They're like, well, let that be someone else's problem. I'm like, no love like Christian hate, for real.
I know, right? Yeah. It's like, what? Like that clip that we saw. So there was a clip that somebody shared that was literally some guy being like, nope, we don't need paid maternity leave. You want more children in the world, but you don't want to pay. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
it was like, what the heck?
I think that was like a senator or something. Like it was just like Rando Joe.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I mean, the 10-gallon hat didn't really seem super professional, if you know what I mean.
I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, or it could be I'm wondering if it's a state senator, like Texas or something. You know what I mean?
It was Florida.
Oh, you're what? Okay, cowboy. All right.
That's what I said too.
It's like, oh, okay, interesting choice.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who the hell that guy was, but I can't. I was like going to go back to the comments to see if I can figure it out, but He okay here. It says he's yeah. I mean, he says he's running for something.
Well, he did, just be like, nope, no paid maternity leave. Well, you want all these kids, but
Well, yeah, he said after 2 days, get back to work. Like, who the hell
oh
could
my
pop a baby
gosh.
out in 2 days, go back to work? I'm
I
like,
had an
seriously.
emergency C-section for fuck's sake when I had mine. So no, no, I was still in the hospital 2 days later. So I failed in his eyes. So
Yeah, I just keep trying. There's like 48 comments about who this. He's running for governor of Florida.
great. That's
Awesome.
that's nice. That's special. Yikes. So I don't know if we should transition over to what we were going to talk about tonight. So before SCOTUS had ruled, we were going to talk about the potential for a Mandani tsunami. So there's a whole lot of people talking about democratic socialism right now, and we wanted to take the time to explain some of the differences between socialism as we have been taught, like the boogeyman version, and what democratic socialism actually is. And Mamdani is actually illustrating that point for us beautifully and in record time. Because it's almost like that system
Yes.
actually works.
Who would have thought?
Not all the Nordic countries or anything.
Right. Well, that's. Oh man, we'll get into that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But that's like the one thing everyone's always like, oh, you guys get off like actual vacation time, and you guys get off for like so many months for like maternity leave, and you guys get like vacation time and sick time, and there you get like, yeah, that's all part of the system that everybody's complaining about, that everyone's like, oh, we should get that, and then at the same token you're all like, that's bad.
Yeah. So I
Bro, sit.
think one of the things that people don't understand is they always associate, and this is because we were taught this like this. Socialism and communism are vastly different. And Marxism socialism is also completely different from democratic socialism. So like we're looking at three different structures and we're assuming they're all the same. And that's not the case at all. Like it couldn't vastly different systems. It's like saying what we're in right now isn't actually leaning fascist, which it definitely is by definition. And that's something that I think people are not always grasping either, is that what we're in is not all just late stage capitalism. We're transitioning into a fascist situationship. And that is something that I think, unfortunately, some of it is maybe people not being willing to want to see it, and I get that. There's a certain level of grieving that has to happen, but we still have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? We can be upset about losing democracy, but we still have to fix what we have.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a big. I think that's just because a lot of yes. Let me go back, clear my head. A lot of what we're taught is in school, because we're talking about other countries too. So we're talking about like Russia, China, and their ways of things, and like the concepts of like Marxism, and we get taught
Sorry.
communism. We get taught just royalty. I lost it like mid sentence, but we also get taught. But I mean, we're also talking about some of the people that are in our country that don't realize the difference between like we're a republic and a democratic republic and things like that too. So like we aren't really taught what we are. Yeah, we're not really taught what we are, what other countries are, and how it all is one big piece of the puzzle. But also, we're just taught that America's great, and we don't cause any problems. We don't do anything wrong. So I think that like that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah. So I think if we started, okay, let's start all the way to the left and then maybe come back towards the middle left. So if we start all the way to the left, communism is what we have been taught is socialism. And they're vastly different systems.
Hmm.
So communism is when everybody, there's no private ownership. Everything is owned by the government. So I would say the best example modern times wise is North Korea, probably. Because you're given a job, you're issued food, you're issued supplies or whatever, or you have your store day or whatever their system is. But you're not free to just go to Kroger when you need to. You have to go on your day, your time, and you go to this Kroger, and that's how they do it. Where so basically there's no competition. It's all owned by the government. And that's what I think we in this country are taught is socialism, and we fear, and it's not what anybody wants. There's absolutely not a solitary communist candidate right now, nor would I encourage that, because I don't feel like that's a good system either. A lot of the compliance in communism is authoritarian compliance. So it would be it's very similar to fascism from an authoritarian point of view, but that's pretty much it. So, yeah.
Yeah, the state, instead of like the country owns everything, the state owns everything.
Yeah.
So it can be like different, but it's basically, you talk about like communism is money exists, but the wages are controlled.
Right.
You know, things like that. So a lot of people don't understand, like elites still can get special privileges, but how do you get there? I'm not sure. But there's like, it's a forced, almost like collective in the way like, oh, you're group one. So like the Hunger Games, I guess would be like a good way to put it. Like, okay, you're group one. And this is
District 1.
7,
Yeah.
District 12 or whatever. District 12, all those people. And it's controlled by, you know, the state, and the wages are all provided. Basically, like everybody who works in the mine, and that's what you get. So I guess that's, if we're going to go with an extreme, but that's probably a really good example.
What, North Korea?
But, and it wouldn't be like District 12 versus 11. It would be like District 12 and 1.
Oh, yeah. For Hunger Games, yeah. Yeah. Well, and everything is not only tightly controlled, but everything is surveilled. Like, it's very similar with what some of the themes that we're even seeing now, but there's a lot more authoritarian control, and they can just cut off access to your stuff, and, you know.
Yeah.
Losing your job in
Yeah,
that situation is huge, you know.
Yeah, that's like one of the things that I know a lot of people were concerned about, and I'm not say a lot of people, but I heard a lot of comments about, because Mom Donnie was talking about like state-owned grocery stores, and because in communist countries, the state owns everything on behalf of the people, and this was to stop. The reason my mom needed it was to stop the price gouging coming from other corporations, because they can only battle with so much. So if you're thinking like gas station A, gas station B, they're competing with each other for prices. Like they can mark it up how much they want, go back and forth, or like drop it a cent so people go over here instead of over here. And if they have a state run where it's like, this is the price, it forces some of those other places to lower and be, so we're not, paying Kroger in the pandemic $12 for, like 2 or 3 bottles of water.
I mean, it's an idea. I think maybe having one company that is known to be state run would be okay, as long as we don't allow it to be a thing that then happens in perpetuity. But having a state option, just like Medicare and Medicaid, you can go on state run insurance, or you can buy your own. There's nothing wrong with being able to buy your own. Like if you want to go to Air One, if you got Air One money and you want to spend Air One money on fruit, you go right ahead. But if not, you can go to the state store down the street and get it for about a fraction of the cost. whatever your purview is,
And I don't know like what they're gonna have as far as in that store. I don't want to say it's state run, because I think like city specifically. because he's, the mayor of. Hi, this cat is being extra. I'm so sorry.
No
Just
worries.
staring at me from like, did the whole little thing from Puss in Boots over there. But yeah, state run or city run, and I don't know what they're gonna have because as soon as I like heard it mentally for me, heard city run, um, government run grocery store, my immediate brain went to like government block cheese. Like back in it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a good
So I'm not
way.
sure what they're gonna have, but I mean, I assume it would be things that
The
you're allowed to have
cheesecakes.
on
Yeah.
like Wiccan stuff too. So
And that's the other thing too. Like I feel like that would facilitate something like a WIC or food stamp program if like say it could facilitate disbursement and like making sure that people are not doing anything sketchy, you know what I mean? Or
mhm.
you could then maybe if you're on, I mean I'm not saying that this is wonderful, but an option could be if you're on food stamps that you definitely can get everything you need at the state store, or maybe it'll pay partial, you know what I mean, like you can go buy your
Yeah,
cheese at Kroger and pay four prices, or you can go to the state store and get it for however much it costs to
get
make
it for
it. Yeah.
yeah cheaper. That's how where my brain went with it immediately. And I laughed at the government cheese, but that's exactly what I was thinking. Is like, well, we know that they would have basically like those prices and stuff, and they would be able. It'd be more controlled, but would you have to like not necessarily budget as much because they would try to match those prices of what
I
let's say the average person gets X amount of money, and make sure a family of a child can eat X, Y, and Z. Make sure that the prices of the food matches what they can get with their card or whatever their allowance is as a possibility. And I don't know if that's the direction they're going, but could that be a possibility?
Yeah, I mean I don't think it's necessarily a terrible thing, but I feel like that's kind of a tenet of that's where people go with communism is like, oh god, state store. But I mean, if we think about it, we have state liquor stores in every state. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it's
and
not
even
a foreign concept.
even smaller communities have like this smaller community store,
Mm-hmm.
like city of blah blah blah, the grocery store of they call them like Mart or whatever, but like I know there's a few around here that it's like like Liberty Center, like grocery or whatever. You just pick a small random place, but they're not. It's not like they don't exist already.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, he's bringing up a lot of really good points and a lot of ways that we could fix a lot of it. And most of the time, it's amazing how you take the greed component out and it fixes itself.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
one of the so I guess the next tier in government systems that people confuse democratic socialism with is Marxism or traditional socialism, which the nuance between it does get confusing, but basically we can still choose Marxism if we wanted to versus democratic socialism, but Marxism is almost always ushered in violently, and that is not something that we would condone. I'm just telling you that's how it starts. So think Bolshevik Revolution. But democratic socialism is usually ushered in legislatively, so that would be the main heart of the difference. Um, but kind of again, it's encouraging, it's using state resources to bring down pricing, but it's actually, I believe in this case, there are private and state run businesses intermingling, I think, or the state controls pricing or controls legislatively, like it reels in things like price gouging and stuff. Like there's protections, there's consumer protections, there's protections for healthcare, there's protections and a lot of bigger systems like education, healthcare are run by the state. So it's kind of like what we would think of when we thought of a post World War II, even America, like the 1950s was borderline socialist by today's standards, really. But, that's kind of, I think the key part between Marxism and democratic socialism is just how it starts. That's pretty much that.
Right. Yeah. And Marxism is like, okay,
It's also
the way that I always
authoritarian.
thought about, yeah, yes, but also it's like, now we're like, I don't like this, so I'm going to vote for it and change it, and we're going to do like things. Marxism's like, oh, we don't like it, fucking anarchy.
Mhm.
Like that's how like the two are.
Revolution. Yeah, it's that guy that's
Exactly,
like, you
yeah.
don't like this? Revolution. He's more of a Marxist type of vibe. I don't want to say he's a Marxist.
Yeah.
I don't want that smoke for
No.
him. No, but
No,
the vibe
no.
is there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not that he is, it's that sentence is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we need a revolution to get out of what we're in now.
We probably will, yes. We're too far in now.
So like that's, yeah, I mean, that's where we're at. But you can go from like Marxist to socialism from Marxist to like, and depending on who basically wins the war. I hate to say it that way, but
Right.
kind of.
Because like the horseshoe thing about communism too is that if you keep going in communism to the right, you get to fascism, and that's where we're kind of at now.
Yeah.
So we're all you get back to the beginning again. So yeah, and it's like right now. So sometimes you'll see fascism devolve into communism, i.e., the Soviet Union, and then Bolsheviks came in. They went from communism to Marxism. What we would like to do is go from capitalism to democratic socialism. So it's all kind of a big wheel, and you only really want to move a click. You don't want to move more than one, because anything more than that would be, I mean, it's going to take a revolution to click that. That's kind of a far leap. So, but the hope is to do it legislatively. But just have to see.
It's just one of those. The one thing that I would love to just remind people on a regular basis is like what we consider democratic socialists in the U.S. and what we consider like left and liberal and all those words is very just centrist.
It is
in other in like European countries.
Mhm.
So like whenever it's like, oh my God, we're like, no, we're like 3 seconds away from having like Stalin and Hitler chilling like at home, and you're all like, you guys are being way too willy-nilly, and it's like, no, really, we just wanted to go to a concert. Like, chill out. Like,
right.
Like you are just throwing the wrong vibes out there. But they keep using the words that make people panic, and they use the panic phrases because the Republican Party cannot do anything with actual policies. They just fear monger everybody into voting for them because they don't want X, Y, and Z to happen, which is usually, ironically, exactly what they are platforming on behind your back.
Right. So, like, the problem too is, I think they are in a way helping us out in the long run, because you have Mikey on the TV talking about, oh no, like saying his, oh, you got it? Do you have the speech?
Lose the midterms, if we were to lose the midterms, heaven forbid, these Democrats, y'all, impeachment's not even the big concern. They will turn every committee of Congress into an investigative body, and they'll go after the president's family, the cabinet, his donors and friends. Half of you in this room will be targeted. I run the protection program. I'll take care of you. Okay, we're gonna win. We're gonna win the midterm. Okay, all right. If we were to lose,
yeah, like who are you threatening there, Mikey?
Not free health care. Oh God.
Yeah, like, who are you threatening there, Mikey? Like, I don't see what you're trying to do. Like, you're giving us free advertisement.
Pretty much. Do you want this horrible stuff? Oh, like actual like services. Oh no.
Right.
God. Yeah.
No, they're running on things like free healthcare and all the other things that he said. free healthcare. They want to change the Constitution. They want to expand the Supreme Court. They want to raise the minimum wage. They want to lower the workout, like the work day from a 40 to a 32. And we're all like, fucking yes. That's what we've been saying for years.
Right.
Right. Goodbye. Kiss don't let the door hit you on the way out. Like
Take
there's
all the gold shit with you.
yeah. And just oh my God, yes. And just a friendly reminder, like most other countries, we'll go back to the gold plate but yes, don't have universal health care. Israel, Iran, like we can keep going. All of them have universal health care. The only ones we're paying privately is us.
Yeah, it's really not that uncommon.
Come on, guys! Like they're making it out to be like we're coming up with some crazy ass bullshit, but like, no,
yeah,
no, we're not.
The other thing too is it's like I think people are misunderstanding. Like, so many people are tied to a job, basically for their healthcare, and they're not realizing that they could truly be free if they didn't have to have a job just for healthcare. Like, because most people, even if you were somewhat wealthy, cannot afford to not have a job. Or, I mean, to not have health care. Because, then when you're screwed, then, you end up in the hospital and $100,000 later, and most people can't just absorb that. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and yes. And I can go on for days and days and days on healthcare. And I mean, one of the things that a lot of people complain about immediately is that I don't want to pay for anybody else. And I'm like, you already are. Yeah. You already are.
If anything, we just gives us the people collective bargaining in that payment. That's what that is. They don't want you to have.
Well, I mean, I would rather pay into. I mean, you're already paying into a system. Then if you don't use it, you lose it. Like it just disappears. Like you could pay X amount of money a month, and if you're not using it, where does it go? Like at least this way, it's going to my neighbor and not a CEO.
Right. Exactly. People
or coworker or pick a person. Like I don't care. Like if it makes you feel better, choose a family member, and every time you make that payment, just picture that money going to them instead of going to a family member you like. Let me preface, but
right.
But just picture that money going to them. Help a grandma out, get a walker. Help out, the little kid down the street or the newborn get a formula and shots, or like a little kid broke his arm. Like picture someone you care about getting that money instead of it going to the CEO of a company that has 4 yachts, 3 houses, and 7 or 8 Lamborghinis or some bullshit. I don't know. Just making up stuff, but something to think about if that's what you need to do to sleep better at night.
Did you see that preacher that was like, I got a certain jet and it belongs to me? And the parishioners are like, and I'm like, why do you care that your pastor has a second jet? I'm like, what the hell?
I don't. I really struggle with things like jets and the super expensive cars and stuff like that, because I live in a place where it's like, until everybody has, we'll go with cars and houses and stuff, but like until everybody has like a decent basic one, there aren't people who should have like 75.
Yeah.
It just drives me nuts. Like I don't. So like that's kind of the overall theory in democratic socialism, is everybody has the chance to be rich, but nobody has the opportunity to be poor.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
and it's not just handing out. It's making it better. It's making it better for everybody. It's like I ran numbers. Everyone's like, you're a fucking nerd. Why do you do shit like this? I'm like, because it's sometimes the only way to make people understand. But in tiers. So like if you're a family of 4 and you make under $75,000, having universal health care. Oh, where's the prices? I know I already listed them off. Actually helps you. You actually get more money back. Free for spending, because of the way they'll do the tax bracket and things like that. So if you are, where the hell is my chart? Yeah. I have to try to figure out. So yeah, so you start to break even as far as like paying for what you're paying through your employer versus paying with a tax to have universal health care. At like $400,000 is when that number starts to be about even a year. Anything less than that, you're still gaining moderately. Now, if you're under 75K with a family of 4, it's almost like 45K in your pocket to go to that universal health care. Because you're talking about, it's not just health care, that's the free child care, medications, and universal health care. So no doctor visits, any of that stuff. So if you're in like the 75 to 150, you get like basically like a 20% increase in your bring home with not having to pay for it. And then it keeps kind of going up and up, or down the farther you get. The only time you're at a net negative is if you're at $500,000 a year or more.
So that's
where you're paying out.
They're actively
Yeah.
trying to get, yeah. Well, and just a fun fact as well. We always forget that Eisenhower's had the Eisenhower administration, which was Republican, had some of the highest marginal tax rates. And that is how we built the interstate highway system. The interstate highway system, by today's standards, very socialist. Very socialist. Fire departments are socialist. Streets are socialist. Schools, the whole bit. Everything that we take for granted in our country.
Social Security.
Yep. Anything that was
the mail service.
The New Deal.
Park services.
Socialist. Yes. And I fear that we're reaching points similar to the Great Depression at the end again, where FDR basically had to usher in democratic socialist policies or face some sort of revolution, perhaps. So that's why we got the New Deal, because it was getting that bad. And let me also remind people that we are actually at an overall lower poverty level. The people in the Great Depression had more money than we have now. Just throwing that out there. Peasants made more than we do now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, our cost of living has gone up so high, and our wages have been stagnant for so long. And I mean, and you see the studies online all the time about like, in like the 1990s, if you made $50,000 a year, you could buy a $25,000 a year house. But that same house today is worth like $400,000. So you'd need to bring home like $800,000 to buy the same $2,500,000 house or whatever, or yeah, $25,000 house. I'm like, that's insane to me to think about. But it's true. I look at my parents and like what they paid for their house. Cause like, I remember being close to my like 18, 19-year-old Mark and being like, how much do you guys own your house? Just out of curiosity. And they're like, it's paid off. And I'm like, what the what? How do you pay off your house? And they're like, well, it was a 30-year mortgage or whatever. And they did a 15-year or something like that at the time or something. They ended up paying it off. It might have been something to do with like one of my grandparents passing away or two that gave them money or whatever. But their house payment, I was like, well, so how much was your house payment when you had one? And they were like $318. And like at that time, when I was looking for apartments and shit, I was like, a 1-bedroom apartment costs more than that.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. But then I think about the same thing now, like where I'm at and my house payment. And there are people who live in smaller places than my entire house that their house payment or their rent is more than like a studio apartment. And okay, that's like New York, California and stuff. We live in Ohio and it's podunk, but same idea still. Like if there's places in the world that small ass apartments cost more than our mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
I think Alex was talking about that the other day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm like, holy crap.
I was like, I don't even want to talk about it because I feel like an asshole for having a house. Even though I shouldn't feel like an asshole for having a house, but it's like I do.
I feel the same way.
Because not many people in our age bracket do.
I know. It's well, and like I feel like the price gouging, like I don't think they understand like how, like it's finite. In other words, like if they're not going to pay us and they want to continue to decrease wages, because they already are, they're just firing people and rehiring them at less wages, or or they're cutting. Like my company went through and just cut everybody's vacation time, cut everybody's bonuses. Just you can't get a raise. The only way you can get a raise is if you get promoted. That was why that was important. It's the only way I was going to get any kind of adjustment in pay. I know, but
I have so many things. Like I don't understand any of those processes. I have had arguments about all that stuff too. Like I've been with the company for at the one point, the last position I was in. It's like I've been with this company for 10 years, and you just hired in somebody off the street making $12,000 more than I am making right now. And they don't know anything about the company, and they also haven't done this job before.
Right.
And so when I got hired, so they got hired in like a month before I did, and they maybe 2 or 3, but they were so bad at their job that I was taking on like all workload, but also doing like helping them with their workload. And I had to take over their clients when they ended up quitting because they couldn't handle it. So it's like now I have twice the workloads and I'm still making $12,000 less. And I'm like, no, find somebody else to take these clients. I'm not doing it. But I mean, I think everybody has like that basic horror story. None of us have been able to say by productivity, like not that productivity has gone down, but my demand for work has gone down to the point where I don't feel like I'm balding and pulling my hair out or whatever in I can't tell you how long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help when they cut so much from Medicare and Medicaid because we're already running short-staffed in so many facilities, and then you add just cutting $1 trillion from Medicare and Medicaid, and then wonder why, staffing ratios and RN wages and stuff, all that are stagnating even more. And it's like eventually those people will either leave the field in general because they'll find something else, or people are just going to go with subpar care because they'll get whoever they can hire right out of school to work for that. But I've been a nurse for almost 20 years. It's like now, in previous generations, this is where you would make the money, and nope, there's none. If anything, I got maybe 6 more years left, and then it's going to be, well, you're getting kind of old, It's frustrating, and I feel like with AI, it's just making things even harder because they're just trying to cut everything, and then eventually there's not going to be any jobs, and then what? I'm sure it's not going to be universal basic income. I think there's a different answer that they're planning on using.
Yeah, I think that there's two there's like an education gap too, and not necessarily education is in like learned, but like maybe I say technology gap, because one of the things that I deal with and a lot of people in my group is like we were born both attached and disattached from technology, right? Like we went outside and played, but we also had Super Nintendos and we had computers and we had all that stuff. We had classes where you learned how to do shit, but like the people who are like up here don't know how to, format Word documents or use Excel or any of that stuff. And they're making your job harder by not asking you your opinion or asking the people who do the job what they could do to make it easier. And they just kind of keep giving you things to do that you're taking away from my actual job because I have to do all this X, Y, and Z stuff because you don't know how to format a damn table. or you don't know how to run a logic or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a
no.
whole sidebar too. But it's like that's so frustrating because like they won't retire to give someone else the opportunity. You know, it's just like a never ending cycle almost. And I'm not saying I'm not at retirement age, but I'm not a baby in my field anymore either. You know, like
Yeah.
like we're in our 40s. Like we're not
Yeah, we're not that old. But
that
feel
old,
like-
but we're also not like brand new. Is what I'm
no,
like.
but it's one of those where I feel like we're at the age where we got about 10 years left, and then they're going to start doing the whole trying to shove people out the door. And so really you only have about 10, 15 years to make money. And we're in the middle of that, and there will be no wealth for millennials and younger. There's nothing. We can't even get the equity back out of our parents' stuff. Like, we're just inheriting debt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
And-
just waiting for debtors' prisons to come back. Just saying.
Yeah, we're inheriting debt,
Mhm.
and we're also like, it's just that's a whole sidebar. But when we get those houses from like that, when those houses become available, they need to be updated and all that other stuff too. So it's like you still are having to reinvest in the things to make
yeah.
it better, to sell it and all that shit. But it's like this is not even close to being on topic, but like, what the fuck? Why did you cover up hardwood floors with linoleum? Like, why?
God damn it, Brenda. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's I just every time I'm like if you did carpet, okay, you can pull that up. Like that's
Yeah.
not so hard, but like linoleum, you ruined lots of good hardwood floors.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that.
Well, you
but like
can
that's
get
just
it
still
off,
in my
but
head.
Still, yeah, it involves a lot of sanding and goo.
Yeah, I mean, carpet's not so bad because you get your tack strips and then they come up and you got a couple lines that are weird and you just leave them and that just adds character and you're fine. But it's like the layer. I watched somebody the other day, like the guy across the street pull up, like he had linoleum, and then carpeted it. But like underneath all of it was hardwood, like thick
Yep.
oak hardwood. And I'm like, oh my God, that's all ruined because the kitchen leaked. So like you got like 9 layers of shit. And that's not even important. We can keep going. It hurts my soul.
I get it. I've done that before. Like, I remember I was scrolling through TikTok the other day and somebody had like posted where they're like, I think there's a couple layers of linoleum on top of something. And it was like, did you send that to me?
Yeah.
Or yeah, I couldn't remember who it was, but yeah, it was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah. How many layers could you possibly need? But yeah.
You don't need it.
No. That, and why do you have to glue? I mean, you can lay linoleum and not have to glue it completely. Like, if it's temporary, just lay this shit down.
Right.
God
So
damn
it's
it.
like the
Put some furniture on it. It's
the
fine.
wood, the vinyl planks, like they just snap in.
Yes.
You don't have to glue shit.
Exactly.
They're
Or get
perfect. If you're done with
laminate.
it, you just pull it up.
Right.
Yeah,
Get
like-
some laminate. It's fine. Yeah, I know. It's.
It's. I know it was a whole sidebar. It hurt my whole soul.
I get
got-
it. I get
when
it.
we
I
moved-
feel it.
We moved in here, and I pulled up. Our dog got sick, so the carpet was ruined, and it was brand new carpet when we moved in, but it was light gray, so it might as well have been white, and it was a
Oh,
disaster.
no.
We pulled
Yeah.
it up, and I was like, "Oh, hardwood floor." I was like, "They didn't put pad down. It was just, it was literally just plywood and fucking carpet. Like they didn't even put padding down." I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?
Wow.
That's insane."
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like even our house, like underneath, I'm sure is hardwood, but just because like our daughter's room was and my room is because like I've checked. But yeah, this room, I don't know. This one might not be, but I'm waiting for the dogs to kick it because there's new stains all the time. I'm like, yeah, once they're gone, then we'll discuss removing the carpet from this room. But yeah, there's just no sense of doing it before that.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah. and I mean, that's such a sidebar. It doesn't matter. It has zero. Like it doesn't really matter with this conversation. It just hurts my soul so bad. But we could go back. Like
Well, it's just like when people
what
go
we're
into,
talking about.
people go in and flip like historical houses. That also gets me too. I'm like, oh god, why? Especially here,
Like,
when you have like underground railroad houses and shit, and you're like, boy.
I don't mind when you go in and you fix it up, but like keep the same. Like there's some of those houses are like so awesome. Like keep the character. Like you can update it and still keep the character. Like we were looking at a house. The only reason we even, and besides like we wanted to get out of the school system we were in before my kid hit high school, but the only reason we started looking was because there was a house that was like a 1960s like tri-level, and I mean it was huge. It was great, but they had like water damage and they didn't have AC, and it kind of weirded me out. But there was like other things that were wrong. But it was like the guy who owned it was a doctor, and the only people who ever owned it. So like nothing was updated the entire time. And I was like, I still want that so bad. Yeah. It was like 5 bedrooms. It had 3 bathrooms in it. It was huge, but it just needed so many updates. Ooh. But it's like I would have just done like normal updates. You know, like the refrigerator's older than Jesus. Put a new fridge in. Like it still had the old built-ins. This is a whole tangent, but like,
I'm
do it, but keep the character. You know.
Yep.
Keep it, but build like keep the character, keep it, but like the character, but like just update it. You can still do that. Like you don't need to, you know, like you get some of those like intricate like design in the wood and things like that, and people just like, I'm just gonna put plywood over it, and I'm like, why would you do that? I'm like, unless there's like little, you know, angel dicks all over the fucking walls, like no, just leave them.
Yep.
Just leave the architecture. You're ruining all the architecture.
Well, the one that gets me, okay, so again, from Cincinnati, one of the things that is real big here is the Germans were big woodworkers. So like a lot of like, if you go into some of these historical homes, you'll see like hand carved details. Okay. Like, cause that was their thing. And you know, we have a ton of historical buildings. If people don't know that, heads up, we do. Anyway, so a lot of people that grow up here know about like you have to make sure if you have a building that you think might be historical, you have to double check and make sure it's not on the registry of national landmarks before you do certain renovations, all that stuff. But one of the things that kills me is when people have original wood and it's stained and it's like a dark stain or whatever, and then they paint the shit white. Why? Why? Like, I mean, my house, this is builder grade. It's already, we bought the house. Everything was painted white. Would I do this to a house? Immediately, no. Not unless it was like, yeah. I mean, this house isn't historical, but if it was historical, absolutely not. Because it's like, you've just killed the value of the house. Like, why? Like, and they're like, we're going to paint all this woodwork white. And I'm like, God, why? That
we actually have wood in the basement. Like they have, like the slat wood all over from the ceiling, all over the walls. Like the basement's like finished. It's got like vinyl floor in the whole 9 yards, but it was just the brown. And it was so dark because it's a basement. The kids painted it yellow. Because we had yellow left over.
In the basement, it's a little different, but yeah.
Yeah, so we were going to do like a Michigan theme for the basement, but then they ended up moving up and out before we got that far. Not out of the house, but we let them take their video games to the room. So they don't need a playroom anymore.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, that was one of the things that would kill me is just watching people or ripping like because you know like there are certain characteristics like between built-ins or like there's always that alcove that people use for like a phone, or sometimes it was like a rosary or like a Virgin Mary situation.
Virgin Mary statue,
right?
Yeah.
So like you see those a lot too, and it's like people rip them out, and like Rookwood pottery would have they made tile and like ceramics, so like they would make a ton of the tile that you see in like downtown around like fireplaces. I one time saw somebody painting over that, and I was like, I get that it's green, it's ugly as hell, but that's Rookwood. Like, you can't do that shit. Oh God, what are you doing? Like that shit irks me.
Yeah.
Like, hurts my soul. Like you feel about
My-
about the linoleum on hardwood is how I feel about
Yeah.
whipping out characteristics and painting over original hardwood or original wood around, encasements and stuff like that. Because they don't build the place. They don't build them like they used to either. So there's that too.
No, not even close. I know my brother and my sister-in-law, when they moved, when they had their old house, they had like a Virgin Mary hole. I don't know what the hell they're actually called, but you know what
there's a name for them, but I cannot remember what it is.
you know what I'm saying. But they didn't really like them. They didn't have one and they didn't know what to do with it. So like my nephew brought home from school one day just the letter E, like for like one of those Christmas, like the Santa things that you do at school, like the Santa's workshop or whatever. You buy something for your parent, just the letter E. But their last name didn't begin with an E, and neither did my sister-in-law's name or my brother. And they're like, nobody in the family had an E as like a first name. Or first letter of the last name. That's just what he brought home. So like I hung that in there all the time to piss him off because it was like, what else are you gonna do with the E? But I always looked for like random shit to throw in there. I was like, I told my brother all the time I was gonna find some pirate shit and throw it in there because that's a whole nother story that I could go on for hours about. But I fuck with him about pirates all the time. So
nice.
Oh, yeah, he has a hatred for Will Turner because he lost Disney Seen It because the answer was Will Turner and I couldn't think of his name fast enough.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
Ever since then, like I have fucked with him relentlessly, like to the point where it's probably not funny anymore, but it is for me.
Right.
I've hid like little portraits of Will. Like I went to the dollar store and got a bunch of frames and like stuck them all over the house. Like when you open his electrical box, there's like a face. It's like Will Turner's face or I love Will Turner's written in random places. When he changes his furnace filter, the flap you have to lift up says I love Will Turner on it. I bought those like the spice things that you could like stick to your fridge. And I put Will Turner's face on it and I stuck it to his vent above his desk. And when he pulled it down, it had like glitter in it. So it like blew up on him. It's just what we do. It's just how we show each other we give a fuck, I guess. I have no idea. But it's never stopped. Like, it's just what we do.
Yeah. That's cool, though, You
gotta have something.
Yeah. I mean, my brother lives across the country, so I don't really see him very much, so.
Oh, mine lives like 3 blocks away, so it's even better for me.
Yeah, mine lives in Seattle. So I really don't see him. So, I would fuck with him if I lived near, but I would do something like that.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working on a lamp that one of my friends, dad had a lamp that was like an old Confederate soldier, but it was like really not very well maintained. And I painted that to look like Will Turner. And I have like my older brother 3D printed me like a stern so I could put it on. And like, so now it's a whole boat lamp with Will Turner as like the main character, in my free time and all that fun stuff that we're doing. And it doesn't make it better that when he moved into the house he lives in now, the front door has a boat actually like woodwork into the door. So like I was like, this house was meant for you, man, because like you got your boat like right in your door. And he's like, fuck, I didn't even notice that when we moved in. So I started hiding boat stuff around his house, and his wife thought it was him bringing like random shit home. I was just like going to like the dollar store, and I'd find like a little like a bookend or something, something really stupid, or like the Goodwill, and I just put it in random places. And she kept being like, what the fuck does he keep bringing all this shit home for? So like he got in trouble for it, but it was me. So it made it even funnier. So when I started hiding boats and Will Turner shit, like that was just what was going to happen. So
me and
I'm
my
not
dad
ashamed.
used to do that kind of stuff where we would. Okay, so my mom was a collector of whatever. Each room in our house growing up had a theme, and she had a panda bathroom. Anyway. Okay.
I get it.
So yeah,
You
she's a boomer. Anywho, so the panda bathroom. So me and my dad would go to like, we would go poke around like antique stores or whatever, and just whatever. And especially since we lived in Connecticut, so there's a ton of antique stores and like actual like kind of cool stuff around when it comes to that's like it's one of the big industries there. But anyway. So we'd poke around and we would find like panda salt shakers or panda statues or whatever. And so my dad and I would buy him and just put him in this bookshelf that she had in this bathroom that was all panda themed. And we just kept adding over years. And one day she looks up and she's like, "Where did I get all these pandas?" And we're like, "Yes!" Finally.
That's the same. Yeah. So like you totally get it. The same idea, except for my brother doesn't want them, which makes it even better for me.
No, we would just,
we would
just add little shit and just mess with her, move shit over, put it on the other counter, and she'd be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I put like I cut out like different sizes of Will Turner too. So like he had like like picture frames. I photoshopped them into like family portraits and like switched them in. Like we've done all sorts. Like this has gone on for a long time and it's gotten extensive and I don't even care. Like my main goal, I have it still saved on my Amazon wish list, is to buy like a big cutout. So like when he walks in the door, it's like bam. He'll beat the shit out of it because it'll scare the shit out of him, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
No.
But like they had a laundry chute in the kids' bathroom. And it had a vent in it. So like I stuck one in there. So like when the kid would sit under the bathroom where the laundry chute was, they just put a vent over it so like no one would notice. And it wasn't them, it was people who lived in before. So like when the kid sits down right there, it's like Will Turner in the vent, like peeking at him. Just like I have to.
Right. That's the best way to, you're not hurting anything. So that's That's
right.
the best kind of prank.
Not hurting anybody.
Nobody feels insulted. That's the best kind of prank. Everybody comes around.
Exactly.
Comes away. He's slightly annoyed, but that's fine. That's the goal.
Yeah, we've also been passing back and forth this book about it was called like Slaying Your Dragon, but it was about masturbation. It was like a pamphlet from like my dad's church or something. And we've been passing that back and forth for eons too. Awesome. And I think I taped Will Turner's face to the top of it. So like, not a double whammy.
Nice. Wow.
It even got to the point, at one point, my oldest worked with him when he worked at one of the places. He was, like just helping out and doing stuff. And my oldest is tall. He's like 6. I don't know how old he says or how tall he says he is now. Like he's over like 6 foot, but he's like tall and gangly. And he would put like Will Turner pictures or I love Will Turner on sticky notes and like run and jump and smack it on the wall so that my brother couldn't reach it without getting a ladder out. And they just like had a collection of them around in random places. I'm like, see, this is the stuff we do. It's just fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me and my dad used to do very similar pranks. So, but yeah. The panda one was probably the most extensive one. Like she didn't notice for quite some time. There was an awful lot. Like we were having problems shimmying and pandas by the end of that.
That's awesome, though. As long as they're like, they take it well. You know what I mean? Like that's the best part of like, you got to find the prank of the person who they don't take it as an insult when you prank them.
Yeah. Like
it's got to be in fun and games and stuff, like it can't be like, oh, you did that to hurt my feelings or anything weird. Like you got to have a good sense of humor about it back or else it's not worth it.
Right. No, I agree. Today is like, good Lord. I feel like it's just one of those days where it was like you open your phone, you're like, just
yeah.
it's hard seeing so many things get pulled back. Granted, this wasn't the worst set of rulings, but maybe 2022 is by far one of the worst. But still.
Yeah. I just worry about what all they are opening the door for more. You know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest.
Yeah. Well, and like the thing that still frustrates me is they keep trying to pin certain things on trans people, and that isn't the situation. Like, if you were assigned male at birth and, you know, you decide, you know, in your 20s or 30s that that's incorrect and you decide to transition, when you switch over to estrogen, you lose muscle mass. You actually do. And the thing that they're missing, and I'm not trying to illustrate or point to it, is like when you're transitioning the other way, you build muscle ridiculously quick. And like, I don't think they're understanding that. Like, you're pinning an advantage on the wrong group. Like, because I firmly believe if I was an athlete, I should compete with men because hormonally speaking, I'm male. But you know, it's just it's different. Like, there was that the most recent, I would say, expression of that is that boxer in the last Summer Games that got accused of being trans, and that there's intersexing mutations that cause exactly what she was displaying. And I fear that, of course, we're going to get lopped into a lot of it, but that we're unfairly targeting people for medical reasons as well. You know what I mean? Because then it does cross a medical discrimination at some point in line. And it does for trans people as well. I feel like that would be a valid way to go too, as far as, you know, can they really discriminate? You know, at what point and what ages are we talking about too? Because, you know, states could say little kids, and I don't care. My kid just won't play sports. Then you're not. You know what I mean? Who's gonna double check like on a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old? You know what I mean? Like, come the hell on. How is that enforceable?
That's the other thing I fear. Like, when I say it just opens up to more different discriminations and stuff. And it's like,
and there's the
at some point during a lot of this, they were talking about like they had to prove it. And I'm like, you are not. I don't give a shit. I have 2 cisgender boys. They're men now, but like at when the age that they were playing sports in school. But like, you're not checking their pants. I don't give a shit who you are.
Right.
Like, you're not a doctor, and like, I'm taking you to the kid to the doctor, consenting doctor, not just random doctor down the street. Like, you're not checking out their genitals. I don't give a shit.
You're not taking him like Trump's first doctor.
Like Dr. Oz or whatever. No.
Yeah. Well, I meant that dude that was in Manhattan that was like a gastroenterologist, and he was like, that wrote that first, like, he is the best specimen to be president ever, or whatever. That was completely not clearly a doctor did not write it. Yeah. Yeah,
he was coerced into writing it, like, admitted that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Trump can do whatever he wants. Yeah.
Right.
But I do fear like it's going to open more doors to bathroom bill bullshit. And I mean, I don't want anybody's kids harassed in school unnecessarily. I mean, that's already a rough road to walk. We don't need to add to it. We don't need to make that any more uncomfortable than it already is. You know, I mean, and I fear that that's setting different minorities up to be the bad guy the next time around when we run out of whatever the bad guy is at that time.
Right. Yeah, and this again, this will be like my own personal hang up and shit, but it's like, I'm really tired of people who aren't in the medical field making medical decisions
me too.
For other people.
Absolutely.
And I'm also really tired of people being able to just discredit science in general because they don't want to believe it, and having that be the lay of the land. Like, how can you sit there and have X amount of justices say it's not a thing when it's a documented thing? And they're like, well, it's just a mental illness. No, it's not. It's a medical diagnosis. It is not a mental illness.
No.
And the treatment, and they're talking about how gender dysphoria, like that's just a mental thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do you know that everybody, like
I just
straight,
say,
gay, everybody can have gender dysphoria? That
Yeah.
when you look at googly eyed at like Vin Diesel or whoever the biggest buff dude is, and you're like, damn, I wish I looked like that. Like that's gender dysphoria too. Like, or, you know,
Yeah.
like not to call some of them out, but they think that they're one, you know, race and they're another. Like that's dysphoria, not gender, but that's still dysphoria. Like not feeling like whatever, and just using that as a, that's, it pisses me off. It pisses me off for everybody. Like what are we doing? And then for them to be able to make decisions based on their ignorance, I can't. How did we get here?
Dunning-Kruger. I just had that. That's what we were fighting about. As I said, you're the embodiment of the Dunning-Kruger effect to my spouse. He is.
Oh,
But anyway, that's how. Because it's the same stuff. I mean, it's just in COVID they decided they were all vaccine experts, and then now they're gender experts or whatever. You know, it's just if the science isn't convenient for them, then they're going to refute it. And at this point, now we're just damaging communities and people and for fun, really. But I just feel like there's going to be a lot more blowback to people. It's just even women that maybe don't look feminine enough are going to get harassed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to exacerbate the tropes that are already there. It's going to exacerbate the inconvenience for a lot of people who may or may not be affiliated, nor is it anybody's fucking business. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I fear that this is going to segue. This is the building block to segue for the more aggressive bathroom stuff, for controlling every, you know, I mean, how did it go in Germany before we went from debating these things to wearing armbands?
right.
That's where I worry, is that certain minorities are going to be wearing armbands sooner than later. And then
Yeah,
this is
it's
the building block. I mean, the pink
yeah, no,
triangle
you're absolutely,
was a big thing. I mean,
yeah.
that's that part of the Holocaust isn't always talked about, but the pink triangle, you know, there's a reason that, and when the camps were liberated, they were not.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, well, and they burnt down all the libraries of studies that were done on, you know, anything gender related because they didn't want to have that conversation.
right, and they swear up and down that people like me just don't exist, and we're as common as red hair. And for me, there is no choice. It's happening to me, and that's something that I think is very unique for me. And there's not that many situations or mutations that would cause that, but I'm going to be set up to be harassed for a biological mutation, for a genetic mutation that I carry that I have no control over. And it's one of those that it's fucking scary. You know what I mean? It's a lot.
Yeah.
Today I feel like was very heavy in certain senses.
Yeah.
Because I think we all can see what's coming, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, they have some common sense, empathy, and some pattern recognition. Well, we're all kind of like, and nobody bought us lube either.
No,
You know, they
not
just
even the benefit of a reach around. Nothing.
nothing, not even a dinner, nothing.
Not a thing.
Yeah,
Just bend
it's just
over.
it's so exactly.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, I really don't understand how.
I don't either. And like the other
I think,
part of
like,
it,
in theory and in practice, when we say these things out loud, like, I understand how, but I just don't understand how there's not, you know, family members of people or something. Like, how are you not having these discussions? Like, how are you not?
heck, I can't.
I know
get
somebody.
mine to care, but that's okay.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some, I don't know, something to live with your head that far up your ass on a regular basis has got to suck. But to be the ones with their head so far up your ass, and then you're ones writing the bills and voting for this stuff that you don't know anything about, like, I'm just gonna come over to your house. The people who vote come over to your house and just go through all your shit, rearrange it how I feel like, and take all your money. And then every time you say something, I'm just gonna like slap you on the forehead and then tell you need to go sit in the corner. And then like, okay, that's exactly what you're doing to everybody else because you don't understand how the world works. Like
Right.
that's not fair.
No, and it puts it does make the intersex community also inherently more we're in more danger, and it's. I mean, can you imagine like walking down the street and like everybody with cystic fibrosis is now being threatened? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's you
Right.
know, it's the same thing. It's just there was protections for a reason, and there was a lot of people that died before that to cause them to be a protected class, and I think people forget that. People forget that about every class, just like people forget that's the opposite of us. They don't tend. They shouldn't be in trees. That's a problem.
Right.
That's not. That is that they didn't do that. Is what that is. That was not them. Nope. And I don't know why it's always ruled as them, and it's not them.
It's disgusting to me too. You know what I mean? Like,
it's opened the door for more
and I know,
bigotry, and it's scary.
and I'm well aware that my brain doesn't work like most people's. I'm well aware, whether that's the electrocution or the neurospicy, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But I don't understand how you can just blatantly hate an entire group of people,
Right.
whether it's by color, by preference, by whatever, just because.
It's because we have empathy.
That they don't.
That's what it is. It's psychopathy. We have empathy to a degree. When you can open your mind up to that, you have to have some level of not giving a fuck about other people's thoughts, feelings, and you're on the sociopath scale is what that is. That's also why I think we don't get along as far as empaths or neurodivergent, because most of us are very empathetic because we've lived lives that push us that way. Sociopaths, which tend to be the ones that are bigoted and racist as well.
It's just, no, you're not wrong. It's just scary to think about. And I know that in my older years, I say that like I'm 90, but like I didn't realize that empathy wasn't automatic.
Yeah, I didn't
until
either.
Like my 40s. I thought everybody did. Like, I mean, you think about it when you're a little kid and you're talking about like, how do you think that made so-and-so feel? Or, like they talk to you like that when you're little, like, and now it's automatic, but it's almost like preemptively automatic, and that's trauma and other things, but we don't talk about that today. But how do you not automatically think like it's to the point where it's not even just something far-fetched. It's so like, oh, there's literally little kids dying, getting blown up for no damn reason because somebody decided they wanted the place that they live in.
Yeah.
And we're like, nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody gives a shit. Seriously, nobody gives a shit. Like, how do you not care that little kids, like a 5-year-old, is just wandering around like doodle 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 doodle? I have a big head, it hasn't grown into it yet, and I can count to 5, and I like colors and animals and numbers, and boom. Like, how do you not fucking care? How does that not break your head? All right, I went deep on that one. I didn't, but like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
I get it, but you have to remember too, we have more empathy than most.
It's a blessing and a curse.
It is. I mean, it also, I think, certain career paths have more empathy. Not always healthcare, but many times it is. But I think just the neurodivergent autism community. But it's just one of those that I think it's because I think one of the universal experiences when you're neurodivergent is you get made fun of a lot. And I think we've all been in that position, and we've not been the one doing the bullying. We're usually bullied, and I think that sets the tone. I think the neurotypical or the alpha or whatever the hell you want to call them, like the ones that end up on the other side of it, where they're tend to be less understanding, less empathetic. They tend to be the bullies, the ones doing the bullying. I mean,
Yeah.
and in order to continue doing that, you kind of have to divorce yourself of empathy, or you just never possessed it to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand. I just, in theory, but in concept, I mean, it's hard for me to think about how you go through your whole day without a thought of someone else in the world.
You would be surprised how many people don't even consider anybody else but themselves.
There are days that I wish I could do that for like 5 minutes. Like, I don't even.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Like,
I know.
Like, I feel guilty when if I wake up in the morning and I'm digging around for a minute and if I have to like go to the bathroom before I let my dogs out and they've been whining, like I feel guilty for not letting them out first. Like, how do you like that's such a stupid problem. But
mine I don't really get after. They whine all the time though. Like they'll whine just like middle of the night. Like they're like the one is sundowning, so it's like it's a little easier to disregard. It's like being at work when you hear help. It's not that I don't care, but you say that every day all the time. Even when you're right here.
No.
So that's
no. I mean that part
why.
I get.
Yeah, I can.
But no, I mean I wasn't judging. I just in general like I just can't go my whole life and just not care about other people, other things, other whatever. I just can't. Like I try, I just can't. I don't.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. It's hard to imagine it because we just can't. I can't wrap my head around not like just being able to look at somebody and just deciding that you're not worth my time, patience, or energy. And in some cases, like it just purely based on color or purely based on orientation or whatever. I'm not talking about them as a person because that's a whole other ball of wax.
Right.
They could be a horrible human. Like,
no.
Don't get me wrong there. But
I will judge you for being an asshole, but I won't judge you for your preference or your life or your color or anything like that.
No, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not even ashamed about it. I will judge you till you're, until I'm blue, that if you're an asshole, but I'm not going to judge you for. Yeah. I judge everyone on their moral compass. And if their moral compass aligns with mine, then we're good. If their moral compass is you're empty and void, then that's exactly how I judge you.
Right. Yeah. It's just one of those where I feel like the overwhelming amount of that population, they don't. Like look at Pee Wee German as a prime example. Like that, there's not even a thought of how. And this is somebody whose family lived through the last time. Yeah, he's Jewish. Yeah.
So was Hitler.
Well, but I mean, he actually is of the faith. Like, where's the yarmulke and the whole bit?
Yeah,
which is mind-boggling. Listen to him, and you're like, "What?"
But he's been like that forever.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I saw that high school video where he looked like he was 40 and was going on about how he shouldn't have to pick up his own trash, and I'm like, "How fucking entitled are you?" Wow.
Yeah, there's a whole lot to unpack with that guy, but
yeah, that's a whole episode right there. It's just that.
Yeah, like, bro, you got made fun of because you were an asshole and a piece of shit. And that's why you got shoved in the locker. And that's why no one likes you. And that's why you hate everybody. And I don't know how to fix that for you. Maybe stop being an asshole.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I just don't understand how you can. Man, like, this sounds such like a dick move and stuff too, but it's like, I understand how people who are like on the attractive end of the world like get that big head about how they're better, like celebrities, things like that, like because they get put and they get blown up and they're like constantly put on that like pedestal kind of thing. So I understand the theory of they get that big head because it's constantly like praise and everything's given to them. But you are a sniveling little worm. Like you look like a thumb.
We call him Pee Wee German because he looks like Pee Wee Herman.
I won't say it because I loved Pee Wee Herman growing up, so that's like a.
It is, but the
Rest in peace.
resemblance is uncanny.
But I mean, I know, I get it. Yeah, but I mean, like,
put a bow tie on him. Could I tell the difference? I probably could not.
no, I get it. I understand. I just won't. But it's in general, like,
Or Pee Wee Goebbels. There's that, you know.
yeah. I mean, you just look like the nerdiest piece of shit. I'm just so mad about him in general, his existence. How did you get to where you're at? Like, what have you done? What have you accomplished?
I just
What
want
are
to
your
know,
like? What did you do before this?
like so many times you have to have Riz to get into those spaces. That man is like in debt for Riz. Like he doesn't have charisma if it punched him in the face. Like that's what I don't understand. Like it's just
He doesn't
like,
have.
soon the people will be on a moment. Like if you want to talk about a tirade, he goes on about whatever, and he's just like, and then the American people will. And I'm like, oh fuck, you put Stephen Miller on.
He just looks like the saddest piece of shit. Like any picture of him, if he smiled, I would have a heart attack.
Oh,
but like
there
he's just
are
like,
some. It's creepy AF.
yeah, I don't understand. So like, he went to school, but like what? What did you do after school? You did what?
I don't know. I can look it up.
I am, and I can't find anything.
He probably just was. I don't know.
After graduating from Duke,
That's right.
he went on a birthright trip to Israel
He's Jewish.
with Michelle Bachmann.
Wait.
He had family assets, so he bought himself a $450,000 condominium. But like, he worked with secretaries and tea parties, and yeah, he was recruited. Steve Bannon, yeah, no, he was recruited. Like all of that tells me they recruited him and he got into that place. But like, he doesn't have any like real life skills.
No.
He doesn't have any like. Could you imagine him on a sports team?
No.
No, you can't imagine him doing anything that is like.
Normal at all? Yeah. No.
Yeah, no, I can't even imagine him fucking playing chess, and that's.
No,
I don't
unless
know.
it just involves him freaking out and yelling at the TV. There's really not much more that I can picture him doing.
No, because you throw the chess pieces out, and he'd just be like, "I win because I was white."
Right. Exactly. Like, well, I do. There's one interview that I thought was hilarious, and that's when he decided to paint his hairline on.
Yeah, bro. You ain't fooling anybody.
It was like, okay, what in the what is that? I think he was still losing his hair at that point and hadn't really just let it go. But then again, he had a receding hairline in high school, so
yeah, he was that kid who was like bald in high school.
yeah, I think that might be his problem. He may just be real bitter.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm bitter about it too, losing my hair, but I'm not
me too.
not like.
Things are starting to get thin again. I'm like, God damn it.
It's like it pisses me. Okay, like look at Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is younger than I am. He is a year younger than I am. He was born in 1985.
I remember 85. Well, not that old, but I'm only a year older than you.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, nothing in your life, like growing up, like, yeah, like we've all got horror stories and shit, but like, what were you mad about? You did not get Legos?
I feel like he did get Legos. I feel like he was just born evil. Because I think his parents have said, like, we did not teach him this. We don't know where he got this stuff from. But then again, you kind of wonder, like, okay, sure. Sure, you didn't teach him.
Yeah, I know. I definitely think they did. Yeah, he just looks like the most miserable human being ever, and he always has. Like, you can't convince me. I was trying to see if I could find pictures of him when he was younger too, and I'm like, I just have the one where before he shaved his head bald all the time, and he's got those ones. But there's one where it almost looks like he's like bleached it. Will it show them? I don't know if she'll even let me. I don't know. What are you on? I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, Signal? Yeah.
It almost looks like he bleached it in that photo. I can't.
I think he did, but yeah, it doesn't help that his head is like shaped kind of funny. But it also could just be that he has red tones. You know what I mean? Like, you know how guys sometimes have red in their beards and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. Just oops. No, that one went.
Sorry, I was just trying to read this massive text, and it's like, oh, give to the Alumni Association. Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought it was something important. Yeah, he already had a receding hairline in high school. Like, that's like a adult hairline in high school. Like, it's already starting to go at the corners. Like, that's like a 40-year-old man's hairline. Like, what the heck?
He looks like a 40-year-old in that picture.
Exactly. What's with the cowboy hat?
No, it's funny.
My God.
The Star Trek outfit.
Wait. Oh, wow. I didn't. Which one? Oh, never mind. Now I see which one.
There could be no 50-50 Americanism in this country. There is room here for only 100% Americanism, only for those who are Americans and nothing else. Theodore Roosevelt. That's what his high school quote was.
I feel like that was a bit cherry picked, but okay.
Yeah. But just in case you wondered, he was in the yearbook for most likely to. His was most likely to promote ethnic cleansing.
Well,
I know that's not real.
Hit that
that's
right
just
on
the
head. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Can confirm.
It's
crazy.
Man, like what the hell? What the hell happened to you, dude? Like who touched your butt and you didn't like it, or you did?
Who peed in his Wheaties? Jesus.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm like, wow.
But like any picture of him now where I even see pictures of him and his wife and he's not smiling.
Well, the irony is, I don't know how white she is.
I don't think she is.
Mm-mm.
Is she not?
I don't think she is. I don't know. I don't know what her maiden name was. She's just as psycho as he is, though.
Waldman. So maybe.
Yeah, she's probably, yeah. She's probably like Italian, like, Sicilian or something.
Yeah, she definitely looks like there's, not that it matters. She comes from the affluent Jewish family.
Yeah, that scans.
Yeah, no, not that it actually matters, other than they're so against other people.
Mm-hmm.
that it matters that way. But no, she definitely has that heavy Jewish features.
Well, I mean, it's. I mean, Jewish people kind of fill the gamut of alabaster skin tones, shades of white. Like I'm red-ish, but
Yeah. Oh, there's one of him smiling.
yeah.
That is weird.
Yep. The yearbook ones, I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that one was older. This one was like he's holding his kids. So like,
Really?
yeah, just
that one. Okay. Yeah.
did it go there?
No, it probably did. Yep.
Because I pictured him as a Chandler Bing smiler.
Oh, where it's
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Not that
I
I'm any
mean,
better.
the sad thing is like I don't know, if he wasn't such a horrendous human, I mean, I would somewhat feel bad for him because that he pulled himself out of a trash can at least a couple times. But you can't have that. You can't have that happen to your family and then turn around and do the same thing to a different ethnic group like that. What the fuck? What the fuck? Things that make you go, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Their whole.
Just like, but then again, Netanyahu is doing the same thing. That blows my mind too.
He is. Yeah, that takes me to that when I showed you that earlier today. That bomb that I did not even hear anything about until like this morning. That Israel is not real triggered the largest explosion not performed by a nuclear bomb in Lebanon on the 28th. So what, 2 days ago? And nothing. No one heard anything about it. Like, holy buckets, guys. Like, for what? What does this dude have on the whole world that they just let this shit go down?
I feel like it's a certain mustache man type of power move. Also, technically, he's Palestinian.
I still don't. Yeah.
He is. I mean, but then again, I mean, that's the other part of it. Like, it's like getting mad at it. It's like being ashamed of being from Indiana. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. It's just not that far. I don't understand.
I guess it depends on which part. Are you a hoser or not?
Right. Well, I mean, Indiana is born. I get not wanting to claim it, but
Like we say,
but at the same time,
we're the armpit.
We don't need to be going and we don't need to like have a campaign to retake over Indianapolis or anything like that. We just as a rule don't go there until we have to.
Right. I guess it's just like, like you talked about that whole conversation. Not that we want to see it, but I need medical documentation that it is not a micro, because there's no other reason in the world for us. Like, I just need to dominate the whole world. And I'm like, I just want to get through to Friday. Like, son of a bitch, what is wrong with me?
Syndrome. Yeah. I fear that's what it is. I think that's what all of it is. I think that's the same behavior over and over again. It's always by a dude with a tiny member. So I don't get it.
Here's my mini Sharpie for you.
I just don't understand it. Like, it's just not that important. Like, it's really not that important in the grand scheme of life.
No.
It's not that important. You can get to London in a rowboat. You'll get there, okay? You'll get there. There's objects you can purchase to get there too. Just saying.
Austin Powers.
Right.
In the book. That's all I think about every time. Sorry, Austin Powers has been coming up a lot in my life because they have that stupid Verizon commercial going on right now.
I haven't seen it because I don't really watch TV. I think today was
It's on like
today I watched the most TV. Could usually tell I'm at work because I'm
there's
like, this is happening because I'm right by a TV.
Yeah. There's a new Austin Powers commercial. Well, it's like Dr. Austin Powers isn't even in it. It's Dr. Evil and the crew, and Dr. Evil's like, I'm going to come up with the most convoluted wireless plan ever. And Seth Green is in it, and he's like, why would you do that? Like, that's so dumb. That's what they all do. Blah, blah, blah. Join Verizon. But I was like, I saw that commercial. I went, damn, Seth Green got old. Like,
oh, yeah,
and I was like, I wonder if he's as old as Michael Myers was. Mike Myers was when he made that. And my wife and I went down the whole rabbit hole, and I was like, Mike Myers was 35 when he made the first Austin Powers movie.
No way.
That makes us 10 years plus older than Mike Myers was.
Oh my God.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I had an existential crisis.
My God. Wow. Yeah. No, that sends me there too. Because, well, I mean, that does make sense. It came out when I was in high school. But still.
That means
we're old.
Yeah.
We're very old. I mean, I knew that, but still.
I didn't think it was going to happen like this. I don't feel like mentally much different. My body feels a little bit crispier and more like Rice Krispie treats mixed with like the bendy straw.
Mine is a whole mixed bag of what the fuck. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you do have a lot of what the fuck going on.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to end like this, guys. I just really didn't.
I think we'd come full
You wake up
like
one day and you're older than all of the celebrities when they made the movies when you were in high school and shit, and then
what's worse,
but you're just as broke as you were in high school, even though you have like a 20+ year career.
I had more money then than I do now.
No shit.
But like the other thing too is like when you start when people start at your job and you think that you're the same age only because Gen Z's aging like warm milk in the sun. Yeah. Then you realize the fresh hell that you're old enough to be their parent, and they are definitely 20 something, and you're like, whoa. Or what's even more awkward is when they assume that you're the same age and you're old enough to be their mom. It's fun.
I had so when I first started, there was a lady I worked with. We called her J9. I gave her shit. I was like, you could be my parent. Like, I gave her a bunch of shit when I started. I'm like, you would have had me when you were like a sophomore in high school, but like you could be my parent. Do you want to adopt me? I gave her a whole bunch of shit, and I fucked with her for so long. And like every time, she was really big about her birthday, and not just like her birthday, like every month on like her date, like you would know how many days it was or until her birthday, because like she was just celebrated it.
Whoa.
But I think it had to do with, it was like the 27th of December, so it was like, you got overlooked, like, so you had to kind of bring it up.
Make it a thing.
I get the whole thing about it. But every time like her birthday came around, I wrote like 69 on the calendar, or like 72, or like just picked a random number to start like upping it every time. And then it's like, now I'm there, and like the kids that are starting are like, they could do that to me. So I like frequently email her like, my dearest apologies for being an asshat when I was young buck.
Right. Before I had sense.
And it's coming back tenfold.
Right. Oh yeah. Like, or what's worse is like when my coworkers will be like, well, you don't know, you're old. And I'm like, excuse the fuck out of me? What? What do you mean old? I can say I'm old, but you can't. Or
you can't say I'm old.
right. Well, for me too, I'm going gray. Like it doesn't. You can't see it in this, but if you see me in real life, yeah, like the sides of my head are mostly gray. So it's one of those where it's like, yeah, you too, yeah. But it's like I feel like that's the only tell anymore. It's like they'll just look at my head and I'm like, okay, so you make a point. It's not like I can choose to go.
Those are my experience points.
Right. It has helped with the whole carding all the time. Like I occasionally can buy alcohol without getting carded, but most of the time I still do. I'm like, I don't look 40 yet, really?
It's like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Am I ancient for crying out loud?
Right.
Or am I getting carded? Like,
Right.
someone please make up your mind, because it's like, I know I dress like a child, I act like a child, but I think like for the first time not that long ago, like I didn't get carded, and I'm saying like my wife and I went out to dinner and I didn't get carded, and I was like, holy shit. I think it was Father's Day because the kids were with us, so I think they just saw my oldest son, who looks like he's maybe 25, and they were all like, oh, then I'm not gonna card you. But I think that's like the only time I don't get carded is like when there's other things going on. Well, maybe now that like my beard's got some like gray stragglers really hard in it. But
yeah. When mine gets to the point that it can grow in, because we're not there yet, that's going to be interesting. Am I just going to start off gray? That'll be fun.
I hope it's real dark for at least a month for you.
Well, it is right here. I mean, it's just like right through here. Although it's starting to go up, and some of it's in here a little bit, but most of it's just right here.
I was like a really dark, like full on Fu Manchu, but like the rest of it can be like white as day.
If I get that far, I'll do that. But yeah, I don't know. Right now,
it's hard
more
to
annoyed that I have to shave every day, because otherwise I just have like random beard patches. It's not anything cohesive. So I'm just more like, God damn it! Like, I'm getting to the point now where I can actually use soap or shaving cream. Like I can't just do it in the shower with water. I actually got to use something on my face now. So
there's more resistance. Yeah,
there is. Yeah, I don't want to start pulling, and but I don't know. It's just it's interesting. Puberty 2.0 and menopause at the same time. 0 stars. Don't recommend.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I was just trying. I was just thinking about it myself too, and I don't know how often my youngest shaves. I know that he does. He doesn't like facial hair, so he does shave. But he does have like a full. I mean, maybe not full. It's very like maybe like Joe Dirty, where it's not growing in like here yet, but like he could do like the the chops and the whole. But it's dark now, so like you could see it more. He was like towhead blonde for like the longest time. I was trying to think of like how long it took for that to happen, because like my older son's got dark hair. They're swear to God polar opposites. Dark hair and dark eyes, and he had the preteen, like the mustache thing going on for he was probably like 14, maybe 13 or 14 when he started that. Like, and he'd like grow it out, but it was like pathetic and shave. But then he had like a full on like chin strap thing going on from like, man, he had that in his driver's license photo. So 16, but now he's got like the full, like I had to teach him like, here's like the beard softener stuff, and like here's a brush and stuff to like keep it down so you don't look like
you just rolled out of the woods.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he'd do the thing where he would like pop it up on the side, so he was like walking around with like bubble
Chester
cheeks.
Arthur.
And I'm like, you look like you're like 30 pounds more with your weight because you keep like you got to get it to go down, man. Like brush it down, brush that curl through. It was just yeah, I got him like all that stuff for it too. But like, it was just but like my youngest son, I was trying to think like how long, if it'll ever grow into a full beard or not. And it just, you're talking about like the Fu Manchu and stuff, or like when I was joking with you about it, I was trying to think like, could we? I don't know if he'd even do it.
Like I probably initially would just have, like right now it's just right here, but I could see it being just this. Like nothing has happened up here, so I don't know. But it's starting to go up, which is kind of mildly annoying because I keep getting I keep breaking out right here because I'm sure it's because I'm having to shave every day. So.
Or do you feel it? Do you fuck with it because you feel it?
No, not really, but it just feels more like dense right here. I don't know. But it's definitely down my neck too, so I don't know. It's just I went from not having any issues to like within like 2 years now. That started. So that's fun. But the weird thing is I don't have body hair. Like in general, I just don't. Like my arms and stuff, my legs, I don't. Like most of my leg hair's already fallen out. Like permanently. Like it just hasn't grown in. So I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. But the fact that I don't have body hair but have facial hair already is kind of wild. So, and if you look at my early TikToks, it's like, whoa, my face is shifted.
Yeah, I mean, your face has changed for sure.
Yeah, because when I look at pictures, it's like how much rounder it was, and now I'm starting to look more and more like my brother. For sure. Like I'm like, oh. Plus, losing my hair because I carry the gene for it. So I wasn't shocked. I was just, unfortunately, this week I looked at my outdoor cameras and was like, oh God, oh no. So
I thought I was doing better. Yeah,
it was.
I do that too because like I didn't wear a hat like all the time forever before recently. This is just my recent. Because my hair was so thick forever. Like I used to have to get thinned out when they would cut my hair, when they do the spikes and the mohawk and all that other shit, because it was so thick. And now it's like I can see so much scalp. And then I'm thinking I'm doing okay with like, because when I work like during the day and shit, I can't wear a hat for work when I have like customers and have those client meetings and shit. So I try to make it, kind of look good. And then I'll get like a glare. And I'm like, fuck, that's like a whole side of my head is gone. Yeah,
like right here.
And so I'm like, yeah, I just keep cutting it shorter. I told the person who cuts my hair, I'm like, I just this is what I want today. And then like every time we go in, just move the clipper up till it's, I don't know what else. Like I'm at the point where I can't do anything else with it now.
Yeah, that's why like when I let it grow out, at first, when it first came back in, it looked better, but it would get long enough, and then I was like, then it was starting to look thin. But now I've noticed as I've cut it shorter because it's summertime, I'm like, oh, it's still looking thin. Oh shit! But it is what it is at this point. I'm not, I know I carry the gene, so it's like, okay, well, here we are.
Yeah. I had the same thing too, because it was like I talked to my younger brother shaved his head at like 20. He was like, I'm not even gonna try. Because his was bad. And my older brother has had he grows quite a bit, but he has had the receding, but like it's not even the Mr. Burns. I would say like Dracula. To kind of like give you like the shape, and it's just increasingly getting further back, and I'm like, I don't want that either. And mine's just like, I would say probably like 20, like right before my dad died. It's like 2022. Nope, 4. It just started in like patches. And it was just like, okay, they're just getting thinner in patches. And it's like, now it's just like, okay, that
Yep.
It's like how do I have spots here and like here and here and here, and it's like now I have like nothing up front, and I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, I as long as I have a hairline, I'll be all right. When that goes, it's a wrap. That's when yeah. Cuz like honestly, if I can keep any length on top and even if I shave the sides, it's okay, like just with my face shape, but I noticed when I had to shave it cuz I had telogen effluvium, so it fell the fuck out. And then it came back, but when I did that, I noticed I looked more like a cue ball versus when I could let it grow in. Even just a little bit would help. So, but that's because I have a front hairline. If this goes, then that won't matter anymore. That's kind of the anchor point from what I've gathered, But I think it's going to be around this probably for a while because it just. At this point, I don't want to keep letting it look thin and shit. Like, no. It's just kind of like you, just like, that is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do?
I think the part that bothers me too the most is just, I still have a lot there. Like, I still have probably more than like some people that I know that have always had like thin hair and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see so much.
Before.
It's like, but I could just see so much of my scalp that it bothers me more than probably anybody else. And I'm like, it's not worth it. I'm just going to get rid of it.
I feel you because, like, especially back here, I mean, it still has filled in a lot compared to what it was, but, like, just being able to see, like, the shine off of this, like, I know this is where it's thin. It's thin here, and it's thin over here. I don't know why it's on the sides in the back for me, but it is. So... but when I go out the back door and I'm looking down, you can kind of see more of that yarmulke shape, and I'm like, oh shit,
son of a bitch. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I get like I said, I get the same moments where I'm like, I'll do something and I'll like walk in the bathroom because we've got, the big mirror in the bathroom, and I like walk past and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, and like the minoxidil thing, like, that's just such a pain in the ass. And then you have to worry about your cats because it can kill them. And plus, my hair grows ridiculously fast. So, like, for me, it was not a good idea. Like, it just made it worse. Like, I was like, great, now I need a haircut constantly. Fantastic.
Well, and you have to be careful because it can cause other things too. So, like, not only does it, but it can also, like, the way it fucks with your hormones, and since your hormones, no, I'm not saying this, your hormones are fucked up to make you feel bad, or as an insult. I'm just in general.
Absolutely. Mine's completely wild. Yeah.
It will fuck with them worse because you don't have kind of like, almost like you don't have a baseline.
No.
Your baseline is like whatever the fuck I want it to be. But if you keep doing that too much, that's when you can end up with like the polycythemia and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Because you're just cycling.
Yeah. Well,
the red blood cells and stuff.
Could be. It could. I mean, but I don't know if I'd have it would balance it out with all the hemorrhaging.
It's secondary polycythemia.
Well, yeah.
Basically, if your blood count goes over like...
I'm already borderline on that anyway. I always have been. My blood's always really thick. I don't know why.
Yeah.
We haven't bothered to go down that rabbit hole yet. I don't even want to look at that. Like we have, but we haven't. I
try to remember what the number was. I mean, it's over what the number is normally, but if it's over, but not, it's like, here's your caution level, but like over here, then just like donate blood.
Yeah, because I had to donate a few times. Like because my hematocrit was always super high. Like I actually had to they don't use it for anything. They throw it away. I was like, fuck that. Mm-hmm. But once I had my daughter, for some reason, I haven't had that issue again. Granted, could it be from the endo? It could be. Could be that I'm hemorrhaging like crazy all the time. So that's what I mean. It's balanced out with that, but I don't know that I don't know that I don't have that. It's kind of in I feel like that diagnosis is kind of in limbo now because of all the other things that we've figured out now.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that the WNT4 mutation is affecting that. I wholeheartedly think that that's part of the problem, if not the problem, causing the secondary polycythemia. So
Yeah, I just always worry about like people who just take it because they don't want to. And I'm not saying don't do it, whatever. If you don't want to be bald, but like if you don't know your baseline blood levels and hormone levels to begin with,
I
that's
already
when
did
things
it
can get
once. I'm
dangerous
good.
because
Yeah.
they just fuck with you so bad, and it's not even worth it if it's going to cause all those other problems. And
Well, and for me, it just caused more. My scalp would ache because my hair already grows fast. There's no need for me to have to need. I don't need that. Like, I just need whatever's there to come back or not there to come back. But yeah, it wasn't worth it. But I mean, I probably would try rosemary oil or something because it's, there's less risk with that. I think
what's the other one too? There's
tea tree. The tea tree
yeah,
you could be more careful with.
yeah. There's like a black root oil or something like that, and whatever do they put in all the fucking shampoos and stuff. It's like I know it's sandalwood, but it's not sandalwood. It's something stupid. Either way,
It's
there's like a bunch
rosemary.
of
Rosemary oil.
I know that is one of them, but there's
Yeah.
something else that's in like the hymns and stuff too. Because I looked at it.
Oh, yeah. Like I was trying to like save it before, but now I just think at this point it's gonna continue to fall out. I have my testosterone levels are probably high. I mean, what are you gonna do? My estrogen's falling because I'm going through the change of life and puberty 2.0 because it's the ratio is dependent. So as soon as that comes down more, then I continue going through puberty 2.0 electric boogaloo.
Oh, it's just right there. Saul Palmetto.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Although I
the
feel
one
like
that I was like. I know it was like sandal, but I know it wasn't sandal.
I feel like
But
you
it's
have to
like
be
an
careful with that though, unless you have a prostate. If you don't have a prostate, that's not a good one to take for hormonal reasons.
yeah. There's most of them have like something in it that does the same. Like
I'm just
unless,
saying,
like I said,
that's one of those that I know is in prostate meds. But usually you're not supposed to go anywhere near those if you have a uterus and can become impregnated. Like
yeah, I guess that's
finasteride
if that's. Did you know finasteride is one of those ones that causes? Oh, it does say for prostate and all that fun stuff too. Yeah, that's one of them. Anything, I guess it's just like you just have to either transplant or go bald, honestly, because all of them have lots of problems. Really, honestly, if it's hormone or fuck with everything else,
and for those who have a cat, and if you decide to take the use of the foam or whatever, be very careful because you can kill your cat. Yep. I was like, that's
it'd be nice
horrible.
Is it if they eat it or they lay with you or
if they get it ingest so if like they get it on their fur and then they lick it, it's a very small amount that can hurt them. And I guess it has to do with I don't know if it's kidneys or liver, but it's not good. It's real bad. So like I mean, it might be one of those worth looking up if you are looking to take that, you know what I mean?
I just wondered more than anything, like, I don't know, like, because you know how many people use that stuff on a regular basis and have no idea. So I was like, I wondered, I don't if it's all animals and just cats are smaller, so it affects them more, because they lick themselves more than
I think it's the grooming
dogs.
parts. It's the licking.
Don't, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's just a lot. I feel bad.
Yeah.
For cats. I mean, they got enough problems. I mean, they always end up like on a shit list of things that they shouldn't be around, but are always around.
Yeah. Well, that's because their skin is really thin, and their renal system is particularly fastidious. You know, like it doesn't take much to upset the apple cart for them. Heck, boy cats, you got to
Yeah,
make sure they're drinking enough half the time because they're too dumb.
yeah,
I mean, I'm just saying, like
yeah.
my boy orange cat is dumb, but he's a sweetheart. I love him.
That's just orange cats in general. They are the golden retriever of cats. Like they
are.
have one brain cell amongst the entire breed.
Yeah.
The most lovable things in the damn world, but it's who they are.
It is.
I mean,
He's no different.
but boy cats do have a lot of problems with their like urinary tract and stuff, and if they don't drink a lot of water. Because like I had an ex who had a boy cat that had to have reassignment surgery on because of that, and then the cat's name was Murphy as a boy, but after the surgery was Murphy Brown because
Wow. Okay. So Murphy to Murphy Brown.
I mean,
That's good. It works. I mean, hey,
but
that's
you do what you got to
actually
do to
hilarious.
survive, right?
Right. That's hilarious.
It's one of those like 15 people will get it and understand why that's funny.
Anybody that's about our age will be like, wait a minute, their parents watched
Yeah.
it like mine did.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I know that's not the only person who's had that situation with the boy cat. So I know it's a thing. I don't know what other people changed their cat name to, but that's a whole other conversation.
I think mine would just say socks.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a socks or a buddy or something, like it wouldn't matter so much. But
It's SOX socks because he's red with the little white feet. So socks buddy.
that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. His brothers were they were all born under my front porch. So I kept him. I wasn't planning on it, but the little shit crawled in my lap and was like, "You're my human." And I was like, "Well, shit." That was that.
I know how that goes.
Yeah.
That's how we ended up with the little one that whines.
Mm-hmm.
Say, but none of my other so we have Frosty, who was named that when we got him, and we got him as an older cat from the Humane Society, and we just never changed it because we just felt like that was going to be too confusing for him.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the other pets have like human names,
Mm-hmm.
or
Like
could
mine
be
do.
human names.
Well, except for socks.
So-
But yeah. Yeah. I know. I think
And so
about
we've
it.
yeah, and they all have middle names, so you can yell at them properly.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense to not give them middle names.
Mine have the dogs have registration names, and socks has a middle name as well. So, but Mitzi is Itsy Bitsy Mitzi because it kind of fit, and then Gus. So, so Gus. Okay, so my great grandfather his name was Dewey, but legally his name was Admiral Dewey. Okay, they were from Appalachia. We don't ask questions. Okay. He's one of a
That's
baker's
awesome.
dozen. His brother's name is Flem. So really Dewey was higher up on the
You win, yeah.
yeah. But anyway, so he finally changed his name to just Dewey because he got tired of explaining that he's not an admiral, that his name is Admiral. So Gus's name is Admiral Augustus.
Nice.
Just because, his name is
That's funny.
huge and he's a 9-pound dog. I'm like, there you go. Your name is massive. And then I call him Good Boy. So Admiral Augustus Good Boy.
There
Well,
you go.
Mitzi is Itsy Bitsy Mitzi. So, but I mean, just Admiral Augustus is his registration name. But I'm pretty
That's funny.
convinced though that the lady that I got him from, well, I got both of them from the same breeder, but the time I got from when my parents got Mitzi because she was a present, and then I went back and got Gus because she was like having major separation anxiety because dachshunds do that. Anyway, the lady, little dementia was going on. The lady ended up having her animals seized shortly after. And like, I remember walking into this like situation and being like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Because you could tell she was confused. But I wouldn't be surprised if Gus is part Chihuahua and part Dachshund because he's just too proportionate. I'm like, you are proportionate for a wiener dog, buddy. Like, what the fuck? Plus, he's got like the weird, like the little like Chihuahua-esque head. So I don't know. People are like, "Is that a puppy?" I'm like, he is an adult dog. He is 13. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have the opposite dog. Your dog's 13 pounds. Mine may take 13-pound poops.
Right. Yes. Yeah, because you have an entire horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, her name is Eliza Rose,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a diva.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, she's actually just pretty much a real, like just what you would expect from a Dane. Like skittish, but wants to be up you in every single way possible. But I mean, you could almost exactly find the time frame of what, like right after Hamilton got big, but also Schitt's Creek.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she's registered as Liza Rose. And then we have, we can keep going. Like, our cat, one cat's Magnus Bane. If you're a reader, you know where that's from the Shadow. I lost it mid sentence, but whatever, doesn't matter. And then Roxy Leanne is the cat, the little cat that always whines, and Aurora Jane, and then Macy Grace.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, Socks.
yeah,
Socks Malcolm, by the way.
Malcolm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an awesome middle name.
Well, it's my grandma that on my dad's side. She was the only one that liked cats. For some reason, my mom's allergic to them, but my mom's side of the family, like, they don't have pets. It's weird. Anyway, she liked cats, so I was like, well, your last name was Malcolm. Let's just go with that. Socks Malcolm. There you go.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I mean, Gus is more the one that I'm like, when he really pisses me off, I'm like, Gus, Augustus. So,
Say what? Frosty's. I mean, I don't know if it's actually a middle name, but we just call him Frosty McCosty.
yeah, that's cute though. Yeah,
So, like, that's as close as he gets. It's not actually a middle, like,
yeah.
human middle name, but Frosty's not a normal human name, so you do what you do.
Man, I know.
Your story.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know.
It's not your fault. It's
It's
just,
been a long day, especially with
I feel like the stars or something is causing all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that's been a hot mess. It's gonna be for the rest of the, like, I think at least July. I think things get better in
Yeah.
August, but goddamn. Well, yeah, every person that talks about astrology is like, this is horrible. It's because it is. It is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, what day? So, the CERN got turned off on the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
That was yesterday, or oh my god, it was just yesterday. So, like, Sunday night, like, I passed the fuck out at like 11, but then I woke up at like 2, and I was just wide awake. Like, I passed the fuck out at like 11, but then I woke up at like 2, and I was just wide awake.